Well, hello there. My name is Troy Harrison Chris, but you can just call me THC. Today, I can finally talk about what Warhorse Studios showed me during a private demo at E3 2018. This is From the Ashes, the first major story expansion for Kingdom Come Deliverance, and it adds so much quality content to the game. I was very impressed with what you guys are about to see. Currently, this does not have a release date yet, but expect it to come out sooner than later. Also, towards the end of the video, I will talk about everything that you need to know about the new hardcore mode that launches tomorrow or already launched on June 26th. And for subscribers, I am doing a giveaway, so stick around to learn how you can win the code for a free month of Xbox Game Pass. This is the Xbox service where you can play games like Fallout 4, The Elder Scrolls Online, and get access to brand new titles like Halo Infinite, Forza Horizon 4, and Gears 5 day one of launch. That was not an ad for Microsoft. I just have a bunch of codes after E3, so I'll probably do another giveaway in the next video I make. All right, moving on. First off, I would really like to thank Tobi Stolz-Welling and Rick Lagnesi from Warhorse Studios for inviting me to see this early. Those guys are awesome. They got me into an industry party I wasn't supposed to be in. Anyways, I really wish I recorded it because I asked Tobi about like 20 questions and he answered all of them. So I'm going to try and remember everything he said. Here we go. All right, guys, this is what I learned from my day with Warhorse Studios. From the Ashes is about rebuilding the ransacked bandit camp of Pribyslavitz, which you may recognize from many of my older videos, as well as the quest Nest of Vipers. Henry will take on the role of Bailiff, which adds many fun quest lines as well as Warhorse Studios' brand new village building system. What I really like about this expansion is that you can start it as soon as you're done with the Battle of Pribyslavitz, which many players know happens pretty early in the game. Or if you have 100% beaten the game already, you can go back and it adds around 30 hours of gameplay. Tobi talked about how Henry must decide how he wants his village to look and who joins him along the way. When I heard this, I immediately asked him, "Can I bring Fritz?" He goes, "Yes, you can bring Fritz." Fritz confirmed. Not only him, but people like Matthew and Matthias, other refugees from Skalitz. This DLC will give those people a place to call home once again. So the storyline sort of follows Sir Divish recruiting Henry to become the bailiff of Pribyslavitz and rebuild the entire village. You would think we would see a lot of new characters, but instead Warhorse chose a different direction, and I actually kind of enjoy it. There's not many new characters. In fact, there are no new characters whatsoever besides Marius Bielek, the Master Locator. This is the guy who Divish sends to go look around Pribyslavitz and kind of map out where the buildings should go. So yes, besides Marius Bielek, the Master Locator, From the Ashes does not add any new characters. There's only one, the Master Locator. Instead, From the Ashes focuses on fleshing out storylines for characters that you already know and want to know a little bit more about. And for everybody asking, no, it does not add a new area to the map. Instead, you will build a new version of a familiar spot, and it is a perfect addition to Kingdom Come Deliverance. Another thing that I really enjoy about this new DLC is that in the main storyline of Kingdom Come, you tend to take a lot of orders from various lords or higher-ranking military members. It is nice to see this expansion kind of turn that around and have a lot of fun with it. There are many moments where you just go, oh wow, Henry actually is in charge of something. That's kind of awesome. Henry is the boss in From the Ashes, and being the boss can get quite expensive. Yes, it is very fun to decide if you want a rat house or a combat arena, but then you need to go out and get the groschen to pay for it. For example, to add a bridge over the little creek that I have funneled many cumin guards through, it cost 7,000 groschen for that bridge and a road. That is a lot of cash in 1403 Bohemia. So I asked Tobi, how are we going to pay for all this? His answer was pretty much raid, raid, raid. Loot everything, sell everything, go to the millers, sell all your stolen goods, because you're going to need a lot of coin to run this village. Places like inns, taverns, or general vendors will all start to accumulate groschen for Henry over time, similar to how Grand Theft Auto 5 or Assassin's Creed Brotherhood used to do it. You do, however, need to be mindful of your investments and be a good bailiff. You must manage your expenses and your population. Places like a temporary rat house will deduct money over time if they are not eventually built into a full structure. The press pack I was sent by Tobi goes into more detail about the building system. Each building is unique and comes with its own upgrades, its own requirements for materials and workforce, so you will face some difficult decisions. From what I have seen so far, this DLC really makes you think about your choices and how they affect a growing village. Should I get this butcher who might have a shady past? Or should I recruit somebody who is just clearly dishonest? Based off what I was told at E3, this DLC has everything it needs to add many hours of very fun gameplay. The upgrading has a very natural progression. You cannot just go around throwing forts everywhere. It is very thought out and logical, just like the rest of Kingdom Come Deliverance. Different buildings or perks require separate prerequisites before constructing. For example, you cannot build a woodcutter's camp before you make a place for the laborers to sleep. Similar to how traders will not visit Pribyslavitz if you do not have a bridge and a road into town. Makes a lot of sense. Here we see how Warhorse has laid out the village UI. You see your net losses, which at this point are 720. We see our total groschen, which is 238,060. Wow, this DLC is going to be very expensive in-game. Anyways, we also see certain goals to guide the players in the right direction. Apparently, a functional village should have around 40 villagers, a nice church, and should have a big supply of resources like stone, grain, charcoal, and livestock. I'm glad they actually try to let the player know things like, hey, maybe you should go get some chickens. Quest lines will center around acquiring the right materials and finding the best people to help you. Once again, expect many branching quest lines and interesting conversation choices. Let's take a look at this clip real quick where Henry is trying to obtain some stone for renovations. If the player's speech skill is high enough, you can obtain the stone much cheaper because your lord, Sir Divish, technically already owns it.
Sir Divish, I'm looking for the overseer of this quarry. Would that be you, Goodman?
Aye, that's me. What can I do for you?
Sir Divish has decided to rebuild Pribyslavitz, and he's entrusted me to take charge, along with his locator.
Aha, so it's you. I heard about Sir Divish's plans. What is it you need, then?
Well, we've started with the reconstruction work, but we need more than just timber.
You need stone for the construction?
Exactly. And for repairing the church.
Well now, you're really not doing things by halves, are you? The thing is, though, we're already working flat out supplying stone for the monastery construction in Sasau. I can't cut back on their supplies. Sir Divish wouldn't be at all pleased.
But I really need that stone.
Well, I suppose I could try and hire a few more quarrymen to increase production. But we can't transport it. Even Sasau sends their own wagon here. Have you got someone to carry the stone?
I've got my own merchant. He'll take care of it with his hired hands.
Splendid. So let's talk about the price.
The stone is for Sir Divish. It's for a village he wants to rebuild as quickly as possible. I doubt he'd take it well that the overseer of his own quarry is overcharging him for it.
Well, you have a point. I'll take that into account in the price.
I love that they chose to return to Pribyslavitz because I made probably 5 to 9 videos. I do not know the actual amount. Just basically replaying the battle over and over again in the beta, and it's really interesting to see how different it looks when it's finally all built up. I wonder how much variation we will see in the final version of this DLC. I mean, hopefully my village looks drastically different from yours. Once again, FTA has no set release date quite yet, and we still do not know the price. I would expect it to be priced anywhere from $5 to $15. It is a massive overhaul to the game with this brand new building system and all the economy that you need to do all this building. And honestly, it adds anywhere from like 20 to 35 hours, I want to say, depending on how slow you play the game, how much you explore, how much you get killed by people. Who knows? But it's going to add a lot more time, and I bet it's going to be reasonably priced just because it's the first DLC, and I bet Warhorse just wants the fans to just be super happy that they're expanding it. A lot of role-playing games do not quite get DLCs these days. Mass Effect Andromeda. Anyways, From the Ashes looks like a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to play the full version whenever it's ready. Do not rush them. Let them take their time. Don't be tweeting at them, hey, we need a DLC, right? Just give Warhorse some time. They deserve it. Once again, thank you so much to Tobi and Rick for showing me this early version of the new DLC, and thanks so much to Tobi for sending me the footage and the press kit, and shouts out to Adam Sporka, who I partied with at the Curse Party, and watch the E3 vlog where I can't stop calling him Martin, because I recognized him from a video, but I just kept calling him Martin Klima, basically. Anyways, those guys are awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. All right, before I talk about everything you need to know about the new hardcore mode, which increases difficulty, makes the game a lot more challenging, that launches tomorrow. Before we start talking about that, I want to tell you guys how you enter the giveaway for the free month of Xbox Game Pass. This giveaway is only available to subscribers, so please hit the big red subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you get notifications whenever I post a new video. All right, after you are subscribed and have notifications enabled, whoever tweets out one of my videos the most between right now and June 26th at 6 p.m. Pacific time will win the code. Make sure to tag at @TroyChrist and tweet out a different video every time. Good luck, everybody trying to win it. I have a lot more of these Xbox Game Passes from E3, so look forward to more giveaways very soon. And guys, it's at @TroyChrist, ThatTroyChrist. So if you want to win a free thing, Xbox Game Pass, you can play stuff like Fallout 4, Elder Scrolls Online right now, and then when new Xbox games comes out like Halo Infinite, Forza Horizon, Gears 5, that kind of stuff, you can play them day one. So whether you want to save the code for when a big game launches, or you just want to do it right now because you like the Game Pass selection, go ahead and enter the giveaway. I'm really hyped that I have some stuff to give away after E3. So yeah, all right, let's move on into the new Kingdom Come Deliverance hardcore mode. This is everything you need to know. All right, I'm not going to riff on this and give you all of my opinions right now because you'll probably see a live stream from me as soon as you're done watching this video. So I'm just going to read exactly everything that is written down. Here we go. The hardcore mode is a free update for all players of Kingdom Come Deliverance across all platforms. The mode changes elements of the game to challenge players to replay the game and experience the world of Kingdom Come Deliverance in a never-before-played style. In hardcore mode, there is no auto-saving. The game can only be saved by drinking Savior Schnapps, sleeping in your own bed, paying for a full service at a bathhouse, or exiting the game, or after you download a mod. In hardcore mode, you cannot rely on eating from freely accessible cooking pots. It's a weird change, but it adds a lot of difficulty. That won't fill Henry's stomach, so when traveling into the wilds, you need to take significant food supplies with you. The best way to regenerate health is to sleep. It is also possible to use food and healing potions, but in hardcore mode, they take quite a while to take effect. Health and stamina. You are alerted to your current health and stamina levels only by means of in-game visual effects. When health is seriously depleted, the screen starts to turn red. Low stamina is indicated by the screen turning blue, and it's also necessary to watch your stamina during combat because a hit taken when exhausted has greater impact and can hurt even a heavily armored warrior. Henry's position is not shown on the map, and there are no indicators of the compass shown. Waypoints are shown on the compass only when you get significantly close to them. To find your way around the world, you have to pay attention to your surroundings. Waterways and roads are the easiest landmarks to follow. Fast travel is not possible in hardcore mode. Combat. As you probably have seen in this footage, combat is more realistic in hardcore mode. Strikes have more realistic impact, and engaging in combat with an experienced warrior without wearing quality armor is very risky. Going up against more than one foe is also more dangerous because they will take more advantage of their superior numbers. During combat, the cursor has no combat rows or block timing indicators. You have to time your blocks and evasions by watching your opponent's moves carefully. You will not see which way your enemies are attacking on the 5-directional wheel. That is completely gone. Money and equipment. Traders will pay less for the goods you sell them, and rewards are lower overall. Prices and large-scale repairs on the contrary, are higher, and the drawbacks of using damaged equipment are more serious. So it's best to keep your equipment in good condition with your own skills, using either repair kits or sharpening wheels. Hardcore perks. Hardcore perks are a form of customizable difficulty. You must take at least 2. But if you want to make your playthrough even more difficult, you can take as many as you want. You can partially customize the combat difficulty, game progression, and make the game more difficult even in the later stages. You can also put a bigger emphasis on survival elements with these perks. And I'm pretty sure when I was talking to Tobi and Rick, Tobi said that every time you die, you have to take a different one of these perks. So you start off with the 2, but if you die a bunch of times, you might end the game with all of these perks. So I'm going to talk about all of these anti-perks that make the game harder. So you have to pick at least 2, and then if you die, you're going to be getting all of them. And we all know we're going to be dying a lot in this mode. I'm pretty sure he told me that. Once again, I wish I recorded the thing, but I didn't. Anyways, let's move on to the perks. All right, the first perk is called Nightmares. Every time you wake up, you are shaken from your nightmares and suffer a short-term debuff. Sleeping becomes more of a tactical choice. Interesting, but it is still the main source of healing. We'll see how that actually works. It would be funny if they made you replay a combat situation during your dreams. Maybe they're working on that, who knows. All right, the next perk is called Claustrophobic. When you close your helmet visor, you have to choose between better protection or higher attacks. Then there's a word written called hemophilia, which I believe goes along with this claustrophobic perk. It says you bleed more, which makes taking hits in combat more risky. I don't know how that is tied to claustrophobic. That might be another perk, hemophilia, but it's just not highlighted. It's probably another perk. Anyways, moving on. This next anti-perk or hardcore perk, whatever you want to call it, is called Numbskull. This will lower your XP gain. It is perfect for players who thought the vanilla skill progression was way too fast and felt overpowered in the late game. It's more worked to over-level your opponents with this perk, so that's kind of interesting. I mean, I actually got a mod to get more perks, so yeah, I'm not sure how much I'm gonna play this hardcore mode. This seems like super difficult. It'll probably be a fun walkthrough, though. All right, this next perk is called Shakes. The description, this is hilarious. For true sadists, period. Makes aiming a bow and picking pockets and locks harder. I bet the lock picking, your hands are shaking. The bow is just moving all over the place. Picking pockets is gonna be harder. That was really easy once you have leveled up stealth a little bit and pickpocketing. So that might be one of the ones I actually take, because that'll just make archery hilarious. We'll probably do that one. All right, the next hardcore perk is called Consumption. Your stamina regenerates slower. Combat is more challenging and requires thinking ahead in each strike. So it's probably, Warhorse, they're gonna make it stupid hard. They're gonna make it minus 50% stamina regeneration, maybe 60. That's gonna be, I don't know if I wanna pick that one. All right, we have another perk called Tapeworm. You get hungry faster. I actually thought the main game should just kind of add that, just anyways. When I read that, I was like, you really don't have to eat that often. I'm hungry right now, and I ate a bunch of pasta right before recording this. And in the game, you want it to be a little bit harder. It goes on to say, since eating from pots around the world is no longer a viable option, this makes the survival element even more prominent. Yeah, so if you want this game to be ridiculously hard, maybe get Tapeworm, because you're gonna be buying a ton of food and it'll probably go bad even quicker. The next perk is called Somnambulant, which is listed as a fun perk. What is this? Somnambulant affects the game by making a slight chance that you will wake up somewhere else than where you fell asleep. Are you kidding me? That's hilarious. All right, it provides a quick challenge when you wake up in an unknown place and you can't see your position on the map. Very rarely, you can also sleepwalk to some secret areas. Okay, that is a fun perk. That sounds awesome. Somnambulant, I'm picking that off the bat. That sounds just hilarious. You just wake up at a new spot every time and you have no idea where you are on the map. You really have to know the locations and be looking for castles and that kind of stuff, or a road that you've been on before. That's hilarious. I like that perk. Alright, the last anti-perk or hardcore perk is called Brittle Bones. It says, you must be careful when running down cliffs or riding a horse. Falls are more dangerous. Like, you'll just break your face or your legs. Like, you know, like if you jump too high off a rock walking down a cliff and then your leg or your ankle is all messed up for a while. I bet that is just that effect times like 10 or something. That's going to be awesome. All right, guys, that is everything you need to know about the hardcore mode, which is launching tomorrow if you're watching this on the 25th, which is the end of the embargo when I'm actually allowed to talk about all this stuff. If not, it is already out. Go play it. If you haven't played the game already, before you do this, you might want to go to YouTube and look up a money guide so you can buy all the savior schnapps and make sure you have enough money for repair kits and that kind of stuff. Alright guys, my name is Troy Harrison Christ. Once again, thank you to Tobi, Stolzwelling, and Rick Lagnesi from Warhorse Studios. And also shouts out to Adam Sporka, who hung out with me the day before E3. That dude is awesome. He makes the adaptive music for Kingdom Come Deliverance. Follow him on Twitter, Adam_Sporka. Follow Tobi on Twitter and Rick Lagnesi on Twitter. All of them will be in the description below. Besides that, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, thank you so much, Warhorse, for letting me see this new DLC like at E3. When it wasn't even at E3, it was across the street at E3. They were at a hotel that was like shut down. You can kind of see a little bit of it in my E3 vlog. Yeah, that was awesome. This new DLC looks like it's gonna add so much new, exciting gameplay and brand new storylines that we haven't seen with characters that we already know and love. And once again, the giveaway for the Xbox One Game Pass is only available to subscribers, so hit the big red button. Make sure you hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever I post a new video, and then whoever tweets out my videos the most amount of times and tags at ThatTroyChrist will win the giveaway for Xbox One Game Pass. And I have like 6 more of these, so look out for more giveaways in the future. My name is Troy Harrison Christ, but you know me as THC. Leave a like, subscribe. I'm out of here.